Survivor Series 94 match where he lost the championship told the story. Owen on the outside pleading with his parents, throwing the towel, please, he's crying. But in the summer of 94...
Am I actually live? I don't know. I need to... It just like dropped me live. So I'm not totally sure if I am live. So if I am, somebody let me know. I am very confused about what's happening right now. YouTube is working very strangely. It is not working correctly. So yeah, I am a little confused about what's happening at the moment. Okay, if I go to control room, what will happen? Am I still streaming? That is the question. No, it's not. Okay, what the... What is going on? Oh, so confused. So confused. Let me see what it says somewhere else. YouTube is all messed up right now, so I am not sure what's going on. Okay, well, it looks like it looks like I am live. So yeah, let me get everything set up, and then maybe we can actually start after that. Yeah, like I said, very, very strange. Everything is just not showing correctly in YouTube, and it's just not working correctly, which is kind of annoying. So we'll see if we can get set up here, and we can actually get rolling. If anybody is actually watching, oh shoot. If anybody's actually watching, shoot me a message, and we'll see if it's working. But yeah, like I said, it's all messed up tonight, so not a good way to start off. Good enough. All right, we will go with this. Let me just drop the link in the description, link in Discord, and then I guess we will get going. What's up, everybody? The Human Malware Edition, because we can't say various specific names of things on YouTube because they don't like it very much. Thanks for joining TNT Live. Oh man, now everything is just crashing. I'm probably gonna have to restart this again. This is freaking horrible. Everything is falling apart over here. Don't know why. It's not my side. Everything is fine everywhere else. It's YouTube that is freaking out. Wow. This is probably the worst start to a stream ever. Anywho. See if I can actually get into the control room correctly. And I can't, so that's great. So we will just see how this goes. Let's see, let me grab that. Let me drop this in here so we can actually see some chat, if chat actually happens. Alright, so that's ready to rock and roll. Alright. Copy URL. Try this one. Alright. So, what's up everybody? Eric here from Tea and Tobacco. And like the title says, it is the Human Malware Edition. We cannot say the specific name of what's going on because YouTube hates it. So we will leave it at that. So really, I'm just chilling this evening. Oh, man, I'm way late. 20 minutes later than I actually wanted to start, but that's okay. So we are just chilling this evening, and I hope some people will join and chill with me, and we can hang out. We can talk about whatever. I mean, this video is going to be demonetized anyways because it's going to be tobacco related, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But if anybody is watching, please drop something in the chat so I know that I know somebody is there. The Corona flu, yes, the human malware, that thing. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna demonetize it anyways. So figure we can at least have a little bit of fun this evening, since everybody's in lockdown at this point. There's not really anybody left except some essentials out there. Hopefully, once this stream gets going, hopefully a few more people will come in. How's it going with you, Longstem? Just chilling. I know I'm on a wicked delay. Like YouTube is like super messed up. It wouldn't let me go live. Like I'm using like the the very old, what do you call it? Control room. It is not the same as the old one. It just would not connect for whatever reason. So this is the best I could do. Actually, I should probably pull over some other information and drop it in here so we can at least have something in the description. But other than that, just chilling tonight. I am smoking a Gurkha Vintage Shaggy. I believe this is the Toro size. Maybe. I'm not sure. I believe it's like a 56 ring gauge, maybe a 52. I'm not sure if they make these anymore. They might, but I'm not 100% sure on that. They were getting rid of a crap load of 5-packs, and I grabbed a ton of them because they're super cheap. People from YouTube corporate no longer even give a crap until something. Yeah, the system is so screwed up at this point. So I'm going to be working on some other side projects because they are very against the type of content that I make on this channel. So I have been working on some other stuff. I do have like a wrestling podcast and YouTube channel that I've been working on. Gonna go out into some gaming stuff as well. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, YouTube has been very unfriendly to people like me. Drinking tons of beer and getting really fat. Yep, that is where I am. I'm drinking. Oh, I'm mirrored. So this is Moonlight Meadery Little Apples. Semi-dry hard cider aged in rye whiskey barrels. It's actually pretty good. I don't even know where these guys are from. Oh, they're in New Hampshire, which I am in New Hampshire. I didn't even know. I wasn't sure if they were in New Hampshire or Vermont. I thought they were in one of the other two. One of the two. But they are out of Londonderry, New Hampshire, so it's pretty good stuff. Holy crap, the the lag on this it is definitely way behind on the video to what I see. So this should be a fun one. Not sure who else is watching. And drinking mead and ales, mainly ales. Fun. I'm more of a cider guy. Mostly it. Not a big beer fan or anything. But it's pretty good. The two of these together are pretty good. This is actually, even though it says semi-dry and on the little scale, it's like 1 hash mark above dry. It's still actually relatively sweet. It's a lot sweeter than I would think for what you would consider a semi-dry. Well, it could be because I started smoking the cigar first, so it might actually be a little less sweet than I actually am getting it from, just because of the pairing. So it's really sweet with the pairing, at least. Anybody else in here with us? Or is it just the two of us at the moment? Everybody's, I figured everybody would be inside just surfing the internet all night. Austin cider. Where's that out of it? Is it actually out of Austin, like Texas, or is it just Austin cider? Oh, it is out of Austin, Texas. Well, it could be if we're talking about Austin East ciders. Austin East ciders. Interesting. Well, what's up, Tony? I know I am. I need to get your ashtray out. Yeah, I need to get that done. So I have not forgot about you. Of course, who knows when I'll actually be able to leave the house to get it packaged up. I will have to see it. I doubt anybody has them near here if they're down in Texas. I don't know. Find our cider. I will look it up and see if they actually have anything near us, but I'm assuming they don't. Nothing within 25 miles. Search 100 miles. Hey, there's a couple places in New York, which is the closest to me. There's a couple places in Connecticut, which is not too bad. I mean, I'm not going to drive there just for that, but I'm smoking a it is a Gurkha Vintage Shaggy. I am not sure if they actually make these anymore. I bought these when they had a sale on 5-packs. So they had a super sale on 5-packs. They were like, I think it was $25 for 3 5-packs. So I bought a crap ton of them. Am I quarantined? I am technically not quarantined. No, I am. I work from home, so I rarely leave anyways, and my wife is the one that has to leave the house. So she's like, "You're not leaving the house. You're just gonna stay here, and and you will stay home, and I'll go do the grocery shopping." So I'm not gonna argue with that. Do I like CAO? Yeah, they have a lot of great cigars. The Brasilia is really good. The La Anniversaire Cameroon is excellent. I don't think I've really had a bad Cameroon. The Pilon is really good. I don't think I've ever had a bad CAO. Not a fan of the pipe tobaccos though. So yeah, it was a great price. I I think I bought about 80 cigars total because they were on such super sale and they are really really good. They were already aged. They already use 8-year aged tobacco in them, and I've had them for like 4 years now, so they're like at least 12 at this point. So they're good. They're well aged at this point. You've almost cleared your stash of cult abacus and conspiracy. Had a long stretch of not smoking now. Now smoking 3 to 4 bowls a day. I actually have not been doing much. I work from home anyway, so it hasn't really changed. So I can still, if I want to pipe while I'm working, I can, and I have. I need a less squeaky chair. Yeah, and they so in these cigars they use Olor tobacco. It's a variety of tobacco. I believe they use from Dominican Republic. I'm a big fan of the flavor of Olor. It's not like really sweet. It's really earthy, but it doesn't have like heavy bitterness or anything like that. Favorite pipe tobacco is probably Esoterica Penzance, but of course it's hard to get. But I have quite a lot of it. Mostly it's going to be all really heavy Latakia blends are going to be near the top of my list. So we have Penzance, C&D Pirate Cake, Captain Earl's 10 Russians, um, Cornell and Deal's Star of the East Flake is really good. Getting into some other stuff, my favorite vapor isn't made anymore, but I bought like 15 tins before they got rid of it all, which is Suge's Raijin. Excellent, excellent vapor. Straight Virginia, you can't go wrong with full Virginia Flake, of course. Penzance is as rare as Charmin. At the moment, yeah. Um, Straight Virginia, full Virginia Flake. I like H&H. Sorry, I like HH Bold Kentucky, but it is a killer nicotine powerhouse, so I don't smoke much of it. Maybe like one flake is like more than enough for me, and you have to smoke it very, very, very low and slow. What are some other ones that I tend to dig into a lot? Lancer Slices, huge fan of that. Lancer Slices is good because you could age the crap out of it, and even if you lose the smoke off the Latakia, just the base elements are excellent. Same with Penzance. I have some 10-year-old Penzance at this point, and even though that the Latakia is starting to taper off, just the base components that they use is such high quality that I'd be fine if it was, 20, 30 years old. You're still going to have a great smoke, even though the profile's completely changed. Lancer Slice is the same way, so you can just bulk up. You can just stock up on that and let it age as long as you want. You don't have to worry about it. Obviously, there's a lot of Kia blends that taper off over time. So you want to get those done, somewhere around the 7-year mark or so. It's kind of the peak. And obviously with Virginias, you can just age them forever as long as you store them correctly. A lot of Samuel Galleth stuff. So Cabby's Mixture is really good. Big fan of Lakeland Dark, which is also a nicotine powerhouse. So be careful with that one. Full Virginia Flake, like I said. So there's a lot out there. So, which is good. We're not in like a super decline of unavailable stuff that isn't good. So there's a lot of really good blends available out there these days. Unfortunately, a lot of good stuff has been discontinued recently, though, too. So obviously we lost McClellan and stuff like that. Well, McClellan being the biggest one that we lost. Isn't it odd that people have cleaned out TP shelves if you're... Yes, it's so stupid. What? It makes absolutely no... It's the weirdest thing that sold out. Like, there wasn't going to be a shortage. We're not going to use any more than normal. So... And it's not like production's going to stop. So... Yeah, it's one of those things that is just weird, and then somebody just starts panic buying, and then everybody's panic buying. It's so stupid and ridiculous. Yeah, it's just one of those things that just absolutely makes no sense. Interesting note coming out with this. Kind of getting a bit of a broccoli note on the back end, pairing it with this cider. That's panic and misinformation for you. Yeah. People are stupid. People do stupid things, and then, of course, then the stock market has to follow it, which then makes everything even more worse. Ugh, freaking idiots. Now's the time to buy. You got so much of a drop. We'll make it back up eventually, so might as well get in now. What's the saying? You buy into panic? Heard Bitcoin is holding steady. I haven't checked it for a while. Is it? Because it did fall too, which is kind of weird. Actually, Bitcoin's not doing that great. No, Bitcoin fell. Bitcoin crashed too, because on the 11th it was at $8,000, and then it crashed to now it's currently at $6,000. So that's a pretty big decline. What's that like? That's like 40%, 25%, 25% drop. It was even down as far as $4,850. So, yeah, that's not great. I mean, it's still up on the year in the past year because it did really bad a while back. It crashed down to, the 3,000 mark. And then it was running with the market a little bit. It's following the market for some reason, which is really strange. But Bitcoin actually started going down back in... It's actually been heading down kind of on a steady trajectory since June of last year. So it didn't even make its peak. That's actually that is a bad chart. That does not look good because that actually... Bitcoin's actually on a downward trend overall as well. So I think even without the market crash, Bitcoin is still not going to hold. Just looking at the technicals, because its high didn't reach the previous high, so it was already on a downward trend. I mean, that's a cup and yeah. I forget if a cup and handle is a reversal or if it's a... I mean, it sort of looked like a cup and handle, but then crashed out of the handle. So it was gearing up for a cup and handle, but I think the market just wouldn't hold. So if the market stayed strong, we probably would have looked at a pretty solid Bitcoin run because we had a cup and handle going, but it tanked out with everything else. If you weren't building a bunker. I can't wait. I got a new video card coming tomorrow, so that'll be nice. And finally, hopefully my streams won't tank out when I'm playing a game or something. I was choking when I was playing games. Regular things like this is fine. So what's my GPU running at right now? So yeah, just like doing this. Of course, I'm only running at 720 as well. So running at this is only 25% of my GPU. But I was maxing out my GPU on my game already, so I didn't have anything left for my streams. So my game streams were a little chunky. Gotta prepare for the 2021 Pet Cemetery outbreak. What's this now? I actually worked with the guys that did the new version of the Pet Cemetery movie. I worked on one of their early films. Didn't do that great, though, did it? Pet Cemetery only gets a 5.7 on IMDb. Well, I know the concept behind Pet Cemetery, but I'm not sure that's actually going to happen. That's probably a little less of a realistic thing to happen. Not bad. They made their money back plus quite a lot. So I guess they're doing all right. Start buying stocks in preparation. Yeah, I wish I had money, but unfortunately, I'm on the verge of losing my job anyway, so that's a problem. So I got other things to worry about. Though it had nothing to do with this. It was already slated to happen. It's just happening at a very, very bad time. Yep, company is outsourcing the entire finance department to a different company, and yeah. So everybody in the finance department is getting scrapped. Well, most of them. Some are getting actually badge flipped, and they're just going to work for the other company. So they basically are just going to move from our company and work for the finance company instead. So they still have jobs, but not me. So if anybody has work in the supplier chargebacks realm, let me know, because I am a supplier chargebacks expert at this point. But all in all, what are you gonna do? Happens. Not much you can do about it. Man, for a Sunday night where everybody's supposed to be staying in, this has really been a quiet stream. Usually I get at least 10 people in here. Not so much today, I guess. It's weird. My channel actually does better when I do nothing. So if I don't produce a video, my channel actually does better, which is very strange. Don't know why that is. Thinking the same thing, that's quiet? Yeah, it is quiet. Very, very quiet tonight. Is anything happening right now? Like world news wise? 8 o'clock? Was there supposed to be, I don't know, am I going up against the president right now? Is the president live? Is there anything happening live right now that everybody is watching? I doubt it. I don't really see anything that's Let me check on YouTube. Does YouTube just have a live section? YouTube live. There we go. Everything that's in the featured section, none of it's news. Yeah. Nothing huge is in the live section. I guess Trump just finished something a couple, like an hour ago, but Nope, nothing current. I don't know. Didn't think there's any competition tonight. Hey, what's up, James? How's it going? Good to see you in here. How's it going out your side? Well, it's like what, 6:20 there or so? Probably six. No, you go back an hour, don't you? Because you just stay the same. Everybody move forward. You guys stay the same. So are you? You're on Pacific time now. So it's 5:20 there. I'm guessing. James, have you had the Gurkha vintage shaggies? I'm not sure if they still make them. Actually, let me check if they still make them. Or at least I'll check Cigars International. We'll see if they're selling them at least. How are you enjoying your work from home? Because I think you said you, I think we talked and you said you had to start a couple days ago. Yeah, there's a massive delay. Something was wrong with YouTube, so the delay is even worse than normal. It wouldn't let me. I can't connect to the regular control room. So I'm using actually the classic one, and like the stream just started. Like I didn't have to hit start stream. It was really weird. So YouTube was acting up earlier, so I was way late in starting. Never tasted separate flavors in cigars. Never. Maybe you're smoking too fast. Could be. Well, I mean, there isn't a ton going on right now. I just looked through all the live stuff. There isn't like any massive news going on right now. There's no massive streams in the live section right now. I mean, you have 41,000 people for whatever reason watching Rosie O'Donnell. No idea why. That's like the biggest stream on the front. Yeah, James has got it right. Gotta smoke slower. I think that's a issue with people going from pipes to cigars is that the cadence is completely different and they rush it. Or you could just be weird. I don't know. Anyways, what was I doing? Looking up Gurkha. Looking up the vintage Shaggies. I'm not sure if they... Like I said, I'm not sure if they still made them. I know they got rid of a ton of 5-packs, and that's when I purchased mine. But I was pretty sure it's just because they wanted to go to selling the boxes. So, Gurkha Shaggy. No, they're just a Shaggy foot now. They're not the vintage. Though they are well, actually, they're still using pretty old stuff though. So they're using 5-year-old Dominican filler and binder with an 8-year Dominican wrapper. So I guess it's still technically pretty much like a vintage Shaggy. They're just not calling it a vintage Shaggy anymore, and it doesn't look like they're putting bands on them. But they are selling them in boxes. Oh, they're all back ordered though. The Gordos aren't though, so we'll see. What is up, Harry? Hey, we actually are getting a few people in here now. I was wondering why there weren't like any people in here today. It's like no one's doing anything. I would think everybody's home and chilling. So yeah, I guess this is pretty close to the original vintage Shaggy. They're now just called Gurkha Shaggy. Like I said, they don't have bands on them, which is really weird when they're selling the Churchills for almost $200 a box. They don't even have bands on them. Gurkha is just really all over the place with their pricing. Some of their stuff is way overpriced, and that's putting it mildly on some of it. Like, are the Yakuza still, like, ridiculously priced? Like, something stupid? Yeah. The Gurkha Yakuzas are still $100 for a 5-pack. They are not worth... They're not even worth $3. The Yakuzas are one of the worst Gurkhas I've had. They're selling for $1,000 for a box of 50. Freaking ridiculous. I mean, the box is pretty and all, but geez, not $1,000 pretty. Yeah, the price is horrible. The ones I got was inside of a sampler, so I didn't really pay specifically for them. I love lighting Shaggy Foots. At Bay? No, I haven't. Or 8 Bay. I have not had an 8 Bay. Actually, I haven't even heard of it. Or did you misspell something? Atabay. It's ATA, not ATE. But no, I have not. Two Guys Cigars has them. They're local to me. Local-ish to me. It's like an hour and a half drive, but I could grab it in person if I wanted. Oh, damn. Those are expensive. So, probably never mind. Unless these are 5-pack prices. Nope, that's a single price. So an 8x50 is $34. That is... Why is the price so crazy? Made in Costa Rica. Yeah, why are they so crazy expensive? You want to try them? Yeah, but how much would it suck if they were really good and you're like, oh, I can't afford to smoke these? It's like, oh, that's just like way too much money. Yeah, but those are actual. Well, I wouldn't even want to pay for that for real Cubans, anyways. And data. Her hand rolled by angels. Still not worth the price. Do they just have one? They just have one type or two? Looks like they just have one blend. Just different sizes? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that's expensive. They just produce them in limited quantities by the Select Tobacco Factory in Costa Rica. They've been around only since 2011. Yeah, that's I'd say that's on the ridiculous side of expensive. Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever want to pay for one of those. If someone gifted me, I'd smoke one, but yeah, I wouldn't say no to a gift of one, but I definitely would not be paying for those. I'm cheap when it comes to cigars. I don't pay a lot for cigars. Oh, United Cigar Retailer is the exclusive U.S. reseller. They're based actually out of New Hampshire. They're part of New Guy. They're part of Two Guys, which would be why Two Guys came up first on the list, saying that they had them. So that is interesting that they're sold. That the parent company of Two Guys has the exclusive resale. Most I've ever paid for cigars, 18. Yeah, I think probably around that is the most I've ever paid. I think 16 might be actually be the most I've ever paid, and that was for a Opus X Lost City, and it was a small one, a very small size. So it wasn't like a Churchill size, because that'd be like $30. Still, like Opus X are just stupid money too. So I try to keep it under $10 for a stick. I usually don't go any higher than that unless I'm in a really nice store or I'm on vacation or something. Then I'll grab, because I have to grab from brick and mortar or something. Then I'll pay a little bit more, but I pretty much never pay more than $10 for a stick. Yeah, they are ridiculously priced. I pretty much buy either 5 packs or samplers. Usually, I mostly pretty much just buy samplers because that ends up being the cheapest for basically everything. And you can buy, if you buy a bunch of samplers, you get way more cigars for the price, and you get really good cigars too. So I pretty much never buy like a box or anything. I might buy a cheap bundle once in a while, especially if it's on sale, like the HC stuff, the stuff from it used to be under the Zycar brand, but the HC bundles are all really good. So I drop $45 to buy a bundle of 20 or whatever for that. But I mean that's $2.50 a cigar. So try the Ashton VSG Maduro. Those are really good. I have had those. I believe they were gifted to me though. So I did not pay for those either. I did have a couple gifted to me. I haven't smoked a ton of Cubans. I've had a couple. Mostly when I've been out of the country. There's also there's a cigar roller right off the dock in Barbados. I think it's called like Royal Cigars, something like that. But they use Cuban tobacco. It was pretty good. And like I've had H. Upton Cuban when I was on a cruise. But I don't find them any better than anything else. Wow, Ashtons have gotten a lot more expensive than last time I looked at them. Love the smaller sizes now. Why is that? I'm curious. Just because you don't have the time, or you don't want to be baking in the baking in your Arizona sun. Corona sizes, what, like 4 by 48s or something. I think Robusto tends to be the size I go for the most. Like if I need to select something by size, Robusto tends to be the size that I go for the most. My hand rolls tend to be about that. They tend to be between 5 and 6 by 48. Well, at least my mold is a 48, so that's why I make them. But yeah, Robusto tends to be the size that I tend to go after. I used to go to Churchill's when I was younger. But if they're the same price, I'll buy the Churchill. But usually I'll get the Robusto. Because I'll just end up wasting some Churchill if most of the time. Unless again I'm on vacation, I'm just gonna be sitting on the beach for 3 hours, so I might as well get the Churchill or something like that. Padron 2000. Yeah, now that you aren't making so much cigar content, are you like super like very rarely hitting the cigars these days? The VSGs are sorry. Yeah, the VSGs are super expensive. Sorry, the ESGs are crazy expensive now. They're like pushing, $20 a stick. Padron is so good. Yeah, they are pretty good. Again, usually I won't spend the money on them unless I'm, again, on vacation or for some other special reason. Have you had the Romeo and Julieta San Andreas? It's so good. The ESGs are estate sun grown. They use a Dominican sun grown wrapper grown within the Fuente estate. people can call in like a radio show. Yeah, I can. I can put it through if somebody wants to call, if they actually want to call, or Skype works. I got Skype, Discord, or an actual phone call. Yeah, it's the Fuente estate. Oh, just so quiet. I still don't get Discord. What don't you get about it? It's basically a large chat client with multiple servers. People can set up their own specific servers where people can chat, do voice chat, set up all types of different topics. Share. A lot of people use it, so if they're going to be in a video game together, they will all connect to the voice chat and use the voice chat through Discord, so they can all talk to each other while they're playing. You can live stream too directly to your channel, to your server, whatever server you're on. But yeah, a lot of gamers use it. A lot of other people do. It's my favorite game. I don't know what my favorite game currently is. I mean, obviously like the classics like Super Mario World. But I just Ori and the Will of the Wisps just came out last Tuesday. Was it last Tuesday? Yeah, last Tuesday. So not the Tuesday that just barely passed, but the week before. That game is excellent. I'm a huge fan. I was a fan of the first Ori and the Blind Forest. So Ori and the Will of the Wisps is the first game I've purchased on release day since Morrowind in like 2002, 2001, 2002. I don't know what year Morrowind came out. Morrowind. 2002. Yeah, Morrowind came out 2002. So this is the first game I've purchased on release day in 18 years because I like the first one so much. So Ori and the Blind Forest, if you haven't played either of them yet, so play the first one, and then Ori and the Will of the Wisps just came out, which was excellent. Available on pretty much all platforms. You can get it on PC, you can get it on Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo. I have a new graphics card coming tomorrow, so I am going to start making a playing guide for Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So I'm branching out into some other content, but that's going to be on a different channel. Have I played Halo? Yes, played Halo. Halo 1, 2, and 3. I have not played the fourth, or I believe there's a fifth one too. I did play the Halo Spartan series, Spartan Strike, and Spartan Assault. Those are good. Those are not first-person shooters. Those are top-down games, which are really fun, and they're relatively cheap. I think they're like $5. Yeah. Did not play WoW. But yeah, so I've been getting back into games lately. So I'm gonna start building some content on that, especially because there's so many good ones, and there's so many indie games out that are just excellent. And there are a bunch of Metrovanias. I used to throw the the sticky grenades, the good old plasma grenades. Those are fun. There's a lot of good Metroidvanias out, and a lot of them coming out. I'm a huge fan of like platformers and stuff like that. So there are tons and tons of those. So like the two Ori games, those are both Metroidvanias. Sundered is an excellent game. It's like you can get it for like $10, I think. Hold on, let me see what it costs right now on Steam. You can get it for, it's $20 right now, but you can snag it on, you can wait for a sale if you really want to. But Sundered is an excellent Metroidvania. And then other ones I have that I have to play. I got Axiom Verge that I gotta play. What other ones that I haven't played yet? The new Odd World coming out is going to be a Metroidvania, so that's going to be sweet. What else is in here that I haven't played yet? Hollow Knight is an excellent one. I already played it, but the sequel is coming out soon, so looking forward to that. There's no release date on it yet, but I'm hoping it's this year. So I have a lot of games to play, and I'm gonna start keeping up on new stuff that comes out. So I'm probably gonna do some more game streaming and whatnot, and set up Twitch and get another channel going. Because obviously the content on this channel is getting thwacked by Google and YouTube. It's not doing that great these days. So how long this channel will survive, I don't know. We'll see. I think I only got like 1 or 2 Patreons right now. I got two patrons right now. You know how it is. I mean, you've been changing your content, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere with it. Whether I just completely take over this channel and do it that way, or create a new channel. I'm leaning towards creating a new channel just to move away. Padrone 1926, 80th anniversary. Age 10 years is an excellent. Yeah, I mean, all the Padrone are really, really good. Where am I here? There we are. I have no idea what my freaking dog is barking about. She's just been barking and barking. I think she's barking at her brother to let her into the kennel so she can lay down, but she could just walk in there. I don't know why she lets him stop her. Because she is much bigger than him. Oh, it's just a quiet evening. Quiet evening with the guys. Or with the few of you who are watching. Yeah, James, if you want to get into playing some games, there's actually a bunch of free-to-play games these days. If you want to get into some shooters, let me know, and we can team up and we can get our asses kicked together. We can play some team games and play some duo games and get completely destroyed. Can have fun doing that. For your budget, Macanudo Maduro, yes. Actually, there is it called the Inspirado? The Inspirado series from Macanudo. Excellent. They got some excellent cigars in that series. The red label is excellent. I forget which one it is. Yeah, the Inspirado red label is good. I hear the other Inspirados are good as well. Yeah, I mean Macanudo is a very reasonably priced, um, nice cigar brand. I'm a fan of Macanudos in general. The Ashcots, if anybody likes the little cigars, if you get any Macanudo Ashcots, let them age for 2 years first. I find that they're way too young when you get them. I think because they just churn them out faster, and they don't sit on the shelves nearly as long. So if you get the Ashcots, which is their little cigarillos, age them for a few years before you go after them. They're excellent after about 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I had the red label this summer. Yeah, it is a little tight. It's a Gurkha Vintage Shaggy. I believe it's the Toro size, which is actually like a 6 by 50 something. But yes, it is a little bit of a tight draw. Not like horrible or anything. But if they're not doing draw testing on all their sticks before they wrap them, they really need to. Especially on their higher end ones. I mean, if they don't do the draw testing on their little, $2 stick stuff, fine, whatever. But if you're selling for anything for more than $5, you should be doing a draw test on everything. I mean, Rocky Patel, they do draw tests on all their like high end line, all their higher end stuff. So I don't know why Gurkha wouldn't. I mean, and really, it takes like no time at all to do one, anyways. You could do it for every single stick. It takes like 2 seconds to do a draw test before you wrap it. So there's really no reason not to. I did a straight cut, regular guillotine cut. Regular guillotine cut. I pretty much always use a guillotine cut and straight cut. Oh, somebody's messaging me. Yeah, it's a little on the thin side, but flavor-wise, it's fine. So, and also it might like it's actually probably looking, yeah. So I'm like looking right here. There's actually a lot of smoke coming off of it, but the green screen behind me, it's getting moved out. So you can see if I move it in front of, oh, even then, you see in front of my face, you can see the smoke. But if I move it in front of the green screen, it catches it and takes it out. So it's actually not as bad as you would think. So like if I hold it against my, but as soon as it hits like where the green screen is behind me, it gets filtered out because it doesn't see it. So that's probably why it looks like less smoke than it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's way more smoke coming out than what's actually showing on screen. Let me kill the green screen for a minute. So as soon as it hits the green screen, the filter takes it out. I couldn't tell you a good representation on flavor because I am drinking hard cider with it. So it's going to be a way off from what it would normally, because it's paired, so it's going to be very strange. It's a very earthy flavor, but there's no heat on the back of the palate. There's not like a pepper blast or anything like that. They originally used 8-year aged tobacco to begin with, and this is actually a 4-year-old stick that I have. So it's a minimum of 12 years, and I also bought it on clearance when they were getting rid of a ton of 5-packs. So I'm guessing this is probably 16 years or more old at this point. The tobacco in it. So it's very smooth. I can actually retrohale it. It's like, it doesn't burn. But mostly it's a really nice earthy tone, earthy flavor. But it doesn't have that bitterness that you sometimes get. And it's not harsh at all. It's a little bit of like a composty compost flavor. Some forest floor if you want to go somewhere around that route. But it's really good. It's really smooth. I bought a ton of them when they hit clearance. They were just selling 5-packs. They were selling 3 5-packs for like $25. So I bought a crap ton of them. First I bought a 5-pack, smoked like 2 of them. And were like, well, these are excellent. So then I bought a bunch more, and I ended up with like 80 of them. So I think I got like at least 60 of them left. But yes, the just because I'm using the green screen, the smoke output is a little misleading on the visual here. Yeah, now they're called Gurkha Shaggy. They're not called vintage, but they're even in that it says they're using 5-year-old filler and 8-year-old wrapper, but they're just not calling them vintage Shaggies anymore, I guess. But it looked like the same type of stats that the vintage Shaggy used to be. So I guess that would be the whether they are exactly the same or they're a successor of some kind. I'm not really sure. I have not had the current iteration of the Shaggy to be able to compare to know if they're the same. But this is a semi-dry, and it's making it really sweet because there's no sweetness in this, but there's also no bitterness either, so that's kind of nice. But it's really making this cider really sweet, even though it's supposed to be a semi-dry. So the two of these make a really nice pairing. So like a semi-dry cider, it'll be nice and sweet. So you get your sweetness here, and then you get like your nice earthy flavors here. So I bet this is actually pairs really well with like coffee in the morning too. So if you were to, or in the evening, if you whenever, but this would be a great morning with coffee if you have that much time to smoke a large cigar. And if you like coffee, goes well with like really like black teas. The heavier black teas or a ripe pour. That's normally what I drink in the morning, anyways. Is a black tea or a ripe pour. That tends to be my morning tea because I don't drink much coffee. And this channel is tea and tobacco, so obviously I drink a lot of tea. Or a nice rock oolong. A nice Wu Yi oolong would go really well with this as well. If you've ever had the CAO Brasilia, I put it in a relatively close-ish flavor profile. It's similar. It's not exactly the same, but kind of the overall feel, I guess is the way. I would put it in that realm. If you ever had the CAO Brasilia, which I find is a very, very good morning smoke with a black tea or ripe pour or coffee. Do I enjoy Oliva? Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a bad Oliva. So I've had the Series G, the O, the I forget what they call it, the Series V. I've had I think I've had all the Series Vs. What is it, the Melavina or something like that? Melanio. That's it. The Oliva Melanios are so good. They are excellent. If they weren't so expensive, I would smoke a lot more of them. I mean, the Robusto size is not bad. They're $9 for the Robusto size. But yes, Oliva, huge fan. I pretty much like all their stuff I've liked everything that I've had of them, and I think I've had pretty much most of their stuff. I like their nub cigars; those are good. I think I've had most of their nubs. I've had the Connecticut, I've had the Maduro, the Cameroon. I don't think I've had the Habano yet. And I have not had the Sumatra because that one's relatively recent, I believe. Not like super recent, but more recent than the other ones. Nubs are great. Yes, I really want to get myself a big fat ring gauge mold because right now my cigar mold is only a 48. How's it going? And I cannot read your name because I cannot read. I don't know if that's Chinese. I think that's Chinese. uh, what was I saying? The nubs. Oh, yeah, I'd like to get a really nice fat ring mold, cigar mold, like a 64, or even like a 68. Because right now my cigar mold is just a 48. So I usually I usually wrap my cigars with Cameroon wrappers anyways. One, because they're cheap, but two, I'm a huge fan of Cameroons, but they are small. Like it's hard to wrap anything longer than a 5x48 with a Cameroon leaf, just because they're so tiny. It is very difficult. I can sometimes you'll get the larger ones, and you can get a regular Churchill size, like a 7x48 or so. But most of them end up around a 5x48 or so. So I'd love to get like a nice fat 64, 68 ring gauge, and be able to make little 3.5, 4x64s, and then I can still wrap them in a Cameroon wrapper. But I mean, the Dominican wrappers you can get are really good. They're obviously a bit bigger too. They aren't much bigger, but you can get bigger ones, so you can wrap a much larger cigar. But I'd love to be able to roll my own nub size cigars. How's it going for whoever is the characters that I can't read? I guess is this Tomf? I know I have a few Chinese viewers. He's the one I know of, just because he's in my Discord. But he is not live on my Discord currently, so that's probably not him. Yeah, I haven't been paying a ton of attention to any whatever new stuff has been coming out, just because I haven't been in a position to be able to purchase them anyways. I've been low on the cash, and like I said earlier, I'm on my time at my company is coming to an end soon, so I'm gonna have to be looking for a job soon, which is like the most horrible time to need to be looking for a job, given the current situation where the economy's on the tanking side of anything. I'm not sure how much. This is like the worst timing in the world to be laid off, so that kind of sucks. What else is going on out there, guys? I need something to talk about. We can talk about movies that I probably haven't seen, if they came out recently. If you'd like to join my Discord, the link should be in the description of the video. Hopefully. Should be showing. There we go. Yeah, it should be showing. Live stream. Content. Save. Is everybody enjoying their quarantine? For those of us who are stuck in various places where I don't know who's left, who's not in some sort of situation. Who would have access to YouTube? Who isn't in some sort of lockdown situation? Nothing? Oh, man. Oh, my stream's tanking here. It's alright. I am getting close to done with this cigar. So I will stay on until this cigar is gone. Which probably isn't much longer. Oh my god, my dog keeps barking and I don't know why. Been fed. Streaming. My only worry is my wife works at Kroger and as well within the public. Yeah. That is tough. Just need to be careful and wash your hands. My wife is a school nurse, but at a private school, and it's everybody lives on campus, so they're pretty much a closed community at this point. She's pretty much the only one going in and out. Dum-dum. I think I started smoking this a little too slow. I'm starting to tunnel here. Let's hit the outside here. What state are you in? We don't have Kroger's where I live. I used to live in Columbus, Ohio, so I know what Kroger's is, but we don't have them where I am. I'm assuming you're in the somewhere sort of in a state near Ohio, I'm guessing. Most of the schools, great deal of businesses in my area closing. Yeah. Oh, you're in Georgia. I didn't know Kroger's went down that far. I thought it was mostly Publix in that area. I'm up in New Hampshire. So I think all of our grocery stores are pretty much very regional. Because we have Hannaford's, Market Basket, which I know is just a New England thing. Hannaford's is based out of Maine, and they have pretty much New England and New York is pretty much it. So all of our grocery stores are very regional to us. Yeah, I just searched all the grocery stores in my area, and none of them extend past like New York. Oh, this one actually goes into Pennsylvania a little bit. Best food on the planet? Ever been to Capital Lunch in New Britain, Connecticut? No, I mean that'd be pretty far away from me. It's even south of that's like the south of Hartford. Rarely do I ever even go close to that far south. I barely ever make it to Connecticut. There is a saltwater fish store down that, but it's actually east of Connecticut, east of Hartford. So yeah, I pretty much never go to that side of Hartford. Unless I was just driving through on my way south somewhere. I tend not to leave my little corner of the world. Considering that getting to Hartford is the same distance as Boston to me, most likely I'd end up in Boston for something than Hartford. Best seafood, yes, definitely, definitely the best seafood. I mean, we will drive the 2 hours to the coast from where we are just to get dinner and leave. Well, there's plenty near me, and like I said, Boston is actually just as long of a drive as Hartford is, and nothing's in Hartford, so we would head probably to Boston most likely. But we would go just to like, um, we would just go straight over to the coast, like to Hampton or Seabrook, which is New Hampshire, and then Salisbury if we wanted to get seafood. Yeah, the have you ever been to Legal Seafoods in Boston? Yeah, that is like the best seafood. Legal Seafoods is like one of my favorite restaurants. But yeah, we'll like spend a week over just on the coast, um, and just eat all types of seafood over there. My dad and uncles used to go striper fishing um, off the coast as well every year, but they haven't done it for a while. So good. I mean, if you're near it, man, that's actually a pretty long drive for you, isn't it? From here. So, what's the closest way to get to the coast from where you are? Is probably what, like at least a 4 hour drive. You can get to Savannah in what, like 3 hours and 45 minutes, 4 hours. So yeah, for me to get to the coast, it's about 2 hours. So I'm like 2 hours from Boston, 2 hours from Providence, 2 hours from Hartford, 2 hours from Troy, New York, or 2 hours from Albany. Maybe a little longer than all of that to Albany. So I'm just like smack dab in that radius. Yeah, it does look like it's down to just you and me. I'm just about done with this smoke too, so I'll probably wrap it up here in a minute. But yeah, this has been a very weird evening. Usually I get, somewhere around 12, 10 to 12 people. And I think, let's see, my stream, the most I had today was only 5, which is definitely different. It's, yeah, not nearly as many people as normal. Don't know what they're all doing on Sunday night. Sunday night usually tends to be okay for me. For, 10, like I said, 10 to 12 people. But, people have other things going on. I don't know what they're doing. It's not like they can go out and do stuff on a Sunday night. And a lot of people don't have work tomorrow, or are working from home, so they don't have to get up early to leave. And it's only 9:30 on the East Coast. Cat's Deli. Columbus, Cat Singers Deli in Columbus, Ohio. That is the place to go for a German or a German Jewish deli. Oh, so good. Cat Singers in Columbus. I ate there. We ate there quite a lot. Parking sucked though, right there. Down in German Village in Columbus, Ohio. All right, well, it's just the two of us. So I'm going to call it a night because I'm pretty much done with this smoke. Not bad, an hour and 40 minutes, so pretty good. So I've been on this cigar for probably an hour 30, maybe a little longer. So pretty good stick, especially for what I paid for it. I think the current Shaggies are somewhere around $10. I think it was $190 for a box of 25 for the current Shaggies. I think they sell them in 5-packs too, but they were a little more expensive, like $60 or something. So if you want to hit one up, I haven't seen them in any samplers. Shaggy. See if they're in any samplers. CI doesn't have them in any samplers. Oh, they're 30. You can get a 5-pack for $37 for the Robusto size if you want to try them out, or the size that I'm smoking. The Toro size is $38.50. Not bad. Coney dogs. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out with me, Harry. Hope to see you again. If you'd like to join me in Discord, the link to my Discord is in the description. If you want to join us in there, I am always in there, and there's usually at least 10 to 15 people online most of the time. I'm in there pretty much all the time. So if you just want to come chat and hang out, we talk about cigars and pipes and tea and gaming and wrestling if you're into wrestling. So all that fun stuff. So link to the Discord's in the description if you're interested. And other than that, thanks for hanging out with me. And I will see you sometime in the future. So see you later. If I can find the stop button on this. Where are we? I'm having to use the old one. All right, I'll just kill the stream. See ya.